5:30, helping people overcome addiction through wellness. We are visiting a brand new Welcome back. Well, a new recovery center is officially opening on Monday, but their approach to helping people who are battling addiction is not what you might imagine. Tampa Bay 28 reporter Jada Williams putting the spotlight on their mission and takes us inside Root Awakening Farm.
Serenity and peace awaits you once you step inside Root Awakening Farm in Sulphur Springs.
It's been quite a journey.
Robert Millard first stepped inside 3 months ago.
The journey of really healing, getting peace of knowing that there's something better out there in life than struggling, you know. I've been to rock bottom so many times.
It's a feeling Sean McCarthy can attest to.
I really got lost in today's society. So it's really helped me reconnect with being me and finding me.
Amanda Sharp knew she wanted the center to take a different approach to recovery when she founded it.
I dreamed it up about 10 years ago. I was working in recovery and treatment space as a researcher and a clinical researcher, and just kept seeing how things were not working in this space.
At Root Awakening, yoga, saunas, cold plunges, and farming are a piece of the experience.
I thought, oh, there's such a cultural divide between people who go to yoga classes and do sauna cold plunge and people who maybe have been recently homeless or incarcerated. And I thought, are they going to accept this?
Absolutely not. I didn't even want to get in the cold plunge because it's just freezing. But whenever I did the sauna and the cold plunge and everything, it actually regenerated my body to just not thinking about nothing else in the world, not thinking about my struggles or anything.
Pastor George Wood, the co-founder, also explained why they're giving the food they grow to people in the community struggling to find healthy food.
Part of, even in recovery, no matter if it's 12 steps or whatever, we know we're supposed to give back. It's a principle that's been lacking in people that are stuck in their substance use disorder.
And this journey is free for the people coming through for some help.
Tonight they are having a fundraising event that's from 6 to 9 o'clock. If you want to make it out, it's happening here at Root Awakening Farm in Sulphur Springs. But if you can't make it out, go over to our website, that's TampaBay28.com, to find out how you can donate and keep this program going. Reporting in Tampa, Jada Williams, Tampa Bay 28.
Jada, thank you. Well, the lineup's already down. Look at this. Alabama, Lone Star, and Dierks Bentley coming to the Florida Strawberry Festival next year. The festival announcing its lineup of artists. By the way, there's more to this. You can find the full list right on our website, TampaBay28.com. Tickets go on sale December 11th. The festival runs February 26th through March 8th. I was looking, the Oak Ridge Boys also on the list. Got some Hall of Fame bands.
What's awesome for me is, you have the State Fair and then you have the Strawberry Festival
Back
a
to
couple
back.
of weeks later.
Yeah.
And they've both got their own personalities,
Totally different, yeah.
And it's cool because, you think, oh, you're going for fair food and rides. Yeah, both of them have it, but it is. It's just a completely different setup, which is why you can go to both and not feel like you're doing the same thing twice.
I can't believe we're already talking about the Strawberry Festival. I mean, this year is just
Man,
flying by.
Thanksgiving, Black Friday's 2 weeks from today. Christmas is what you say yesterday was 42 days.
40, yeah. So now 41,
41 days.
We're trying to do some holiday shopping this week. Got to get ahead of it.
Yeah, it never ends.
by.
It doesn't.
Look at that! Wow.
Beautiful, great, and look, people are now. They're getting out from their igloos and their homes, and they're like, okay, we'll go to the beach now because we're back to 70 degrees. Because earlier on in the week, there was nobody along the beach unless you were from Wisconsin or Minnesota, because it was cold. Excuse me, and I still have a cold. Temperatures right now anywhere from the 60s to the mid-70s, 76 in Tampa, 70 in Wesley Chapel, 76 in St. Pete, Bradenton at 75. So this morning, not nearly as chilly as it was yesterday morning or the morning before that or the morning before that, but still mid-40s, Brooksville 43, Zephyr Hills 45, Inverness, Crystal River also 45. St. Pete only dropped down to 63. So we're kind of all over the place. Tomorrow, everybody climbs back up to around 80 or then some. And we do start with maybe a little bit of patchy fog. I don't think maybe tomorrow morning, but more so on Sunday morning. Highs today, we're actually back above average. And go figure. 81 today in Tampa and Plant City, 76 in St. Pete, 80 in Sarasota and Brooksville, 78 in Zephyr Hills. Tampa right now clear and 76 degrees. Northwest winds at 8 miles an hour. The dew point increasing. More moisture in the air, again, means a little bit better chance of some of that fog developing overnight, I think especially tomorrow night. So we were actually 2 degrees above average this afternoon, 3 degrees below average this morning when we dropped down to 58. There's a satellite, there's a radar. They ain't showing nothing, nor will they anytime in the near or distant future, I'm afraid to say. You look at Futurecast, yeah, it looks, partly cloudy through the next couple of days. At times, there might be an isolated period of some cloud cover, but overall, it's just really, really nice weather. And if you weren't into the cold temperatures, you're good. We're right now back into the 80s for the week. Now, the models are showing, and I'll tell you, the last couple of weeks, this particular in-house run that we have, this in-house model, has done a really, really good job in picking out a chance of showers that none of the other models have done so. And it's kind of doing it again on Sunday, all right? So I'm not going to say it can't happen. It's not in our forecast. Jason will be in tomorrow, maybe a closer look at it. But I guess there is a chance of a sprinkle or two as a weak front comes through on Sunday. That's the most of it, all right? And it isn't going to bring any cooler air behind it. Far from it. We're staying in the 80s all of next week. And then there's the hint next weekend we may see a front and another brief cool down, but nothing close to what we just went through. 50s and 60s tomorrow morning, low to mid 50s, Citrus, Sumter, Hernando, Pasco, middle 50s, Polk, Hardy, DeSoto, Highlands, upper 50s along the coast from Bradenton, Sarasota, and down to Venice. So even this model doesn't show a drop of rain on Sunday, but it's possible the models could be saying, okay, there's more moisture, it might be a bit of fog, but I'm telling you, it's done so well lately, I just cannot say there's no chance of a sprinkle on Sunday. There is a slight chance. Either way, we're going to be warm, highs reaching the low to middle 80s on Saturday and again on, in fact, really all of next week. There it is. I mean, you notice a little more 78 on Sunday as that front tries to come through, but then we're still right back in the low to mid 80s, morning lows in the 60s, and very little chance of rain. Paul?
Good stuff. Dennis, thank you. Still to come at 5:30, we are celebrating your community. After the break, we're in Ruskin, where family-owned businesses are really on every corner. Well, this morning, our Good Morning Tampa Bay team hit the road showcasing what makes Ruskin so special. We found so many locally owned family-run businesses all across the community, including the historic Ruskin Family Drive-In Theater. It's been open there since 1952. And last year's hurricanes destroyed their screen, but the community rallied to help rebuild. But the owners tell us they're facing new challenges since June.
The first day of June, the business went like somebody cut it with a knife. Every month since June, we've had a total loss. We haven't made money any other month.
Well, the drive-in offers double features for just $7. This weekend, they're showing The Wild Robot and Back to the Future Part 2. The first movie starts at 7:30. And we've also visited local restaurants in Ruskin, including Barbara's Family Restaurant, which fills plates while keeping the cost down. And we also visited the Ruskin Fresh Market, which operates out of a tomato pre-packaging warehouse. A brother and a sister own it, and they offer everything from fruits and veggies to jams and more, which is a tribute to the city's roots in tomato farming.
We used to just be all farmland here in Ruskin, and the biggest thing we would do were tomatoes. They sat well in the soil, they came out well, they produced well, they tasted great, and they had such a great color. We used to have a tomato festival and a tomato queen. It was so cute.
Now, the Ruskin Fresh Market also hosts monthly vendor markets supporting other local small businesses. Our tour of Ruskin continues next on Tampa Bay 28 News at 6. We're going to catch up with a local business now working to give back to Jamaica after Hurricane Melissa. Plus, Tampa Bay food pantries stretched thin after the government shutdown. We listen to the local families now trying to put food back on the table.
Closed captioning is sponsored by JoeCoolAir.com, plumbing, cooling, and drains.
Yep, you got me? Perfect.
Your voices, your stories. Local news that matters to you. Tampa Bay 28 News starts now.
Right now at 6 tonight, it is back to work in Washington, but the fallout from the government shutdown being felt in the pockets of local families.
I got a family, 3 of us, and we have to eat.
It's a blessing to be able to stand in this line to get the help.
As the season of giving approaches, we are listening to the growing food concerns for so many of our neighbors.
It seems to be hovering around 32% increase in people coming out to receive food.
Plus, the USF softball team plays with heavy hearts tonight.
She was an amazing human, an amazing teammate.
She made an impact as a person right away.
How the Bulls are honoring the legacy of one of their own.
And the weekend is here, so are warmer temperatures, starting in the 50s, ending in the 80s. But will it continue into Thanksgiving? I'll let you know.
Welcome to Tampa Bay 28 News at 6. I'm Wendy Ryan.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Paula Groen. Well, the government shutdown now officially over, but the ripple effects, that may continue for weeks.
Yeah, people who couldn't receive food assistance during the shutdown are still trying to put food on the table. And you can see how much of a demand there still is right now from this drone video our I-team shot this afternoon. Feeding Tampa Bay and Hillsborough County teamed up for another free grocery giveaway today. The line wrapped around the corner. Tampa Bay 28 reporter Mary O'Connell was there in Plant City and says people showed up 2 hours early. And within just 5 minutes of opening, they hit capacity.
I work 2 days a week, so it's like that's where my money goes. My money goes towards food, whatever else we need, stuff like that.
I haven't been able to get my stamps and my insurance. I get a card, but I done about run out of that. So this is helping me out a lot.
Meanwhile, earlier this month during the shutdown, I visited Feeding Tampa Bay's warehouse as they handed out food. And Feeding Tampa Bay told me 800 people came through the line in just one day.
Metropolitan Ministries, another local nonprofit that's been helping local families for years, and they tell us the demand for food right now is huge. More than 1,500 families signing up for food assistance for Thanksgiving. You can still sign up for Thanksgiving food, by the way, at their Pinellas tent. The rest of their locations are currently at capacity. And we've heard from some of you who did get your SNAP benefits today, but we know that so many others are still anxiously waiting.
Local food banks are stepping in to help, but now they're feeling the pressure from the growing demand. Our Pinellas County reporter Casey Albritton has been covering the fallout from the shutdown for weeks, and tonight she's following through with the people who cannot afford to wait.
The way things are, we all need help.
Eva Weatherspoon is one of many people who haven't received their SNAP benefits since the government shutdown.
But it's not too difficult because they have the food pantry that you can go and get stuff that you don't even not able to buy anymore.
She spent Friday waiting in line at Good Neighbors Food Bank to get some much needed food.
It's a blessing to be able to stand in this line to get the help. We don't have the food. They help you out.
And with SNAP being cut off and not knowing if people are going to get them, holidays are coming, families have to eat and children have to eat.
Joe Carson is another SNAP recipient who is now visiting food banks for the first time.
I got a family, 3 of us, and we have to eat. So it's very, very important, and I'm very appreciative.
And with longer lines, it's making it difficult for nonprofits to keep up.
And we're seeing it seems to be hovering around 32% increase in people coming out to receive food.
Heather Brook with Good Neighbors says the organization has been stretched thin.
So we're taking the food that we're getting in and just stretching it as far as we can between our giveaways that we do on our site, as well as the mobile program out to senior neighborhoods and family communities.
As the government reopens, she says it could take weeks for people to recover.
It's going to take them a bit to get their bills caught up and get enough food and their funding back in the bank and things like that.
That's why she's asking the community to help as much as they can as families work to adjust back to normal.
Give a little bit, reach out and help.
And if you're interested in helping, Good Neighbors leaders say they are accepting both monetary and food donations. In Clearwater, I'm Pinellas County reporter Casey Albritton, Tampa Bay 28.
Casey, thank you. Since the start of the government shutdown, Casey has been listening to people all over Pinellas County dealing with the uncertainty of SNAP benefits. Over the past month, she's shined a light on businesses that use their own supplies to give out free meals to children. So scan that QR code on the bottom of your screen to get in touch with Casey. She's always looking to shine a light on people in Pinellas who are going above and beyond to help their neighbors.
All right, let's get a first check of your forecast on this Friday night.
Chief Meteorologist Dennis Phillips joins us now. So, Den, are you calling today's weather nearly perfect?
Yeah, I mean, that's actually what I posted on Facebook because I wasn't sure. I mean, I gave it a 96 out of 100. I said it had a good beat. You could dance to it. And if you knew, you knew. That was a long time ago. Far too long for Wendy to understand what that was. And
Right.
Paul
I'm
was
too
a
young.
kid.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Temperatures right now 60s, and it was American Bandstand, by the way, in case we were wondering. Anyway, there's a look at temperatures this morning. Mid-40s, Brooksville, Inverness, Crystal River, 54, Clearwater, 63, St. Pete, 48, Lakeland. Beautiful, beautiful day across the area with more of the same expected right on through the weekend. Now, there is an outside chance a weak front comes through on Sunday. Maybe a bit of fog, maybe a sprinkle in a couple of spots. But, I mean, overall, I think our forecast is looking great, not just through the weekend, but through all of next week. Now, when I say great, I guess it's relative because some folks really did like the cold air we had this week. But that's gone for a while. We wake up in 50s and 60s. We end up in the upper 70s to the middle 80s under mostly clear skies. More on that long-range forecast for you coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Dan. We'll check back. In the weeks following Hurricane Melissa, people here in the Bay Area donated their time and supplies to give back to Jamaica.
They sure did. That storm rocked the island last month, making landfall as a Category 5 hurricane. And now the Caribbean community here at home, they're giving back. The Authentic Island food truck is working to help out. Angel and his wife, Carrie, opened their business during the pandemic. They still have friends and family living in Jamaica whose homes were destroyed by Hurricane Melissa.
But the good thing about it is that, you know, they're alive and we can always rebuild if we come together as a country, as a community, and, you know, give back to what we've been blessed with. And that's one of the things that, you know, that's one of our biggest thing with Authentic Island Jerk is to always giving back to the community, always giving back to people.
Authentic Island Jerk is hosting a fish fry 1 week from today on the 21st. 15% of the proceeds will go back to folks in Jamaica who are recovering from that storm.
And that's just one of the Ruskin businesses we highlighted this morning on Good Morning Tampa Bay. Our team was there today showcasing everything that makes that community so special. Meanwhile, local restaurants are getting ready for the Ruskin Seafood Festival that kicks off tomorrow. Our Good Morning Tampa Bay anchor, Dia Riley, listened to what you can expect at the festival.
What makes it so special year after year?
Every year we kind of react to what's going on. So COVID, we didn't have it. The storm last year devastated a lot of Ruskin and the South Shore community. We almost didn't have the festival because of the devastation that was done. And then we realized our community really needed something to lift them up and to get going.
And the best part, they took away the $10 entry fee, so the festival is free for you and your family to enjoy. Members of our Tampa Bay 28 team will be there tomorrow at our Listens booth. We love being out in the community and getting the chance to meet you, so this is the perfect chance to do so. We want to listen to your ideas and hear what's happening in your community. So please stop by, say hi tomorrow at the Ruskin Seafood Festival.
Still ahead here at 6 tonight, local artists turning blank walls into works of art along the Pinellas Trail.
Art for a community really uplifts the community. It brings people together.
And we are listening to how their murals are bringing new life to a forgotten part of St. Petersburg. Next.
You're watching Tampa Bay 28, part of the Scripps News Group.
Welcome back. In St. Petersburg, art speaks, neighbors listen, and old industrial walls become canvases of community, hope, and heart.
Yeah, for this year's Shine Mural Festival, Tampa Bay 28 reporter Michael Paluska highlights the voices turning empty spaces into stories.
We're here along the Pinellas Trail in a very industrial part of St. Pete where muralists are transforming this entire wall into just amazing pieces of art. And what we're learning is that art can really uplift an entire community. Once blank spaces, now full of color as artists stand shoulder to shoulder in unison, creating new worlds for passersby, softening the rough edges of this part of South St. Pete, where trash, barbed wire, and industry litter the landscape. There's beauty everywhere, right?
That's right, yeah, and it's the artist's job to amplify that.
Elizabeth Baroness, Chris Brain Roberts, Karel Garcia, and Amy Alich Volpe, artists connected through the Shine Mural Festival. They have different backgrounds, different visions, but one shared passion, using paint to transform their city. How important is art for the community in general?
It's very important, I believe. It uplifts the community, it spreads a message to the community, and it lets people know what's possible. You know what I mean, in terms of art.
The art takes away from the grunge. The murals are meant for everyone, on a bike, walking the trail, or peering through a car window. Small moments highlighting big art, inspiring anyone who sees it.
And this year, the focus is on local artists.
What does art mean for a community?
Art for a community really uplifts the community. It brings people together. I mean, this festival is a perfect example because it's brought artists together. I've met artists that have been here the whole time I've been here, but I've never met. And now I know them.
Southside St. Pete, for the most part, you know what I mean? Being a native born and raised here, just making sure that we have a stamp on the city.
How big is art getting in St. Pete?
It's getting pretty big. I've seen it growing over the years just as a youth growing up here.
What's your favorite part of this?
I think, you know, being, as far as the festival, being out here and getting to meet the other artists and being part of the artistic community, but also, you know, just doing something vibrant and fun and making people smile.
My mural is about my history coming here to America looking for freedoms.
A lot of people come by on the Pinellas Trail. When they see this, what do you want them to feel?
I want them to feel the freedom I feel when in these 3 years coming here, starting again, and create my career like a professional artist. Yeah. And this opportunity with Shine is really big for me for show my art in a public space. So this is something big for me. I'm really happy to be part of Shine this year.
For Garcia, the mural means even more. It is his origin story, an introduction to America for everyone to see. Could you do art like this in Cuba?
It's complicated. Everything about art in Cuba is complicated. This is my first mural here. I made murals in Cuba, but for myself, for our friends, I make it in homes and that kind of things. Yeah. But public, my first one is this one.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you. It was a pleasure to talk with you.
In St. Pete with photojournalist Reed Moeller, Michael Paluska, Tampa Bay 28.
And the Shine Festival runs through this weekend. We've put all the information on our website, tampabay28.com.
All right, let's now check back in with Chief Meteorologist Dennis Phillips on this Friday night. Looks nice. Oh, look at that.
Yeah,
beautiful shot over there. Yeah, beautiful.
Assuming for Veterans Day, maybe. I think it was like that all week long.
Yeah, but see the orange and red almost looks like a rainbow behind it.
Yeah, that's not the aurora, by the way. I mean,
it looks like it is, though, right?
Every time people see lights in the sky, and oh, it's the aurora.
Yeah, they're gone, right?
It's just the sun. Yeah. Anyway, looking outside, beautiful shot. Now, the Bulls are on the road. They got a big game this weekend. They're not going to be at Ray J tonight or tomorrow. They're going to be at Navy. They're going to be at Annapolis, right, Paul?
That's right. Yeah. Indianapolis, they got to win, though.
Yeah, so, I mean, by the way, I just want to throw this out here. This was like 2 months ago. Paul was saying, you know what? I think the Bulls can make the college football playoffs. I'm like, no way. And right now, if they win out, they're going to be, the early indication they would take on Georgia as a number 12 seed. So
it'd be good.
Paul LeGrone, soothsayer. I mean, that's my job in weather. But
he needs to start betting.
Yeah, I mean, that would have paid a pretty penny, I'm sure. Looking outside, we are looking good, and we will stay looking good right on through. And again, I guess this is relative because earlier in the week, I know there were some folks just loving all the cold air. And it was. We got 20s and 30s. Well, it's gone. Now, next weekend, we have the hint of another front, maybe cooling us off a bit, not back down to the levels that we've had this week. I mean, that was unusual, record-breaking, obviously, and it's going to be a while until we see that again. Temperatures right now, 60s and lower 70s. It'll be a beautiful evening. This morning, it was chilly, but not nearly. Is Wendy got? Oh, I just looked over. Does she have a turtleneck on? Nope.
No.
Nope. Matter of fact, she was saying that last hour. She's like, I've gone from a turtleneck to a sleeveless dress. And
that's right.
and that's Florida, right? That is Florida. And this weekend into early next week, we're going to be right back in the low to middle 80s. We're in the 40s this morning. We were in the 50s in Tampa, 40s Lakeland, 51 Winter Haven, 60s in St. Pete, only dropped down to 63, and then warmed up to 76. Tampa, Brooksville, Plant City all hit the 80s. So did Sarasota at 80 degrees. Outside right now at the airport, it's clear. 72 degrees with northwest winds at 7 miles an hour. Looking out over the skyline, 81 the high. That is 2 degrees above average. This morning we were down to 58. That's 3 degrees below average. Satellite picture, we were sunny most of the day. I do think we're going to run into some patchy fog starting a little bit overnight into tomorrow, but I think a better chance Saturday night, tomorrow night into early Sunday morning. Now, the last couple of weeks, this particular model that I'm showing you, it's our in-house run, and it has done a really nice job of sniffing out a few showers where none of the other models did. And I say that not because it shows it tomorrow, but it does show something on Sunday as a weak front comes through. So I'd have to say, yeah, there's a chance of at least a little bit of a drizzle in a spot or two on Sunday as this front actually moves on through the area, but there's no cold air behind it. Far from it. We're going to stay in the 80s for highs right on through next week. So tomorrow morning, significantly warmer, maybe garage sale, maybe tea time, softball, football, whatever you got planned. The weather will be mild, bit of patchy fog, and temperatures mostly in the 50s and in the 60s with afternoon highs back in the low to middle 80s. Rain, this particular model doesn't show anything on Sunday. I'm leaning that way too, but again, 2 straight times now that model has seen a little bit of rain, and we actually had it come through both times. So we will see. Jason will have more tomorrow on it as well. We'll kind of see if it's sticking around, and I'll be updating on social. Hopefully, felt like I was hacked a couple hours ago. I'm freaking out. Anyway, there's your high temperatures tomorrow. Upper 70s to middle 80s. So another warm day, another muggy day, and then maybe a front toward the end of next week, heading into Thanksgiving week with another brief cool down. There's a 7-day, 80 on Saturday, 78 on Sunday, low to mid 80s right through next week. And if we're lucky, we might see a little bit of a cool down for Thanksgiving week. Tonight at 7:30 on DPL, we'll talk more about that long-range forecast. I'll answer all your travel questions for the upcoming holiday. That's tonight at 7:30 on DPL.
All right, thanks, Dan. Well, still to come here at 6, a former USF softball player's legacy lives on at her home field.
Came in smiling every day, loved to be on the ball field, loved to be part of this university. That's a great story to pass on to all the kids that'll be here.
Up next, how the team is honoring her memory tonight. Finally tonight, the fall season for USF softball is like the spring season for the football team. The Bulls are wrapping up their off-season schedule tonight.
And as our sports anchor Kevin Lewis learned, the game means so much more than the score.
The wins and losses on the Bulls' fall schedule don't count on the official win-loss record of the program. But you can't say the games don't count. Tonight's matchup with Florida Southern is arguably one of the most meaningful games in Bulls history. They're honoring the memory of Tampa native and former Bulls player Alexis Buckman, who died last year after a 2-year battle with brain cancer.
She was an amazing human, an amazing teammate, didn't care if she was playing or not. She was going to support you no matter what.
Graduate assistants Alana Rivera and Josie Foreman were Alexis' former teammates. Now, they want to help support her memory and her foundation for brain cancer research.
It's exciting to see people rally behind Buck and her foundation and really just bring awareness to her and her cause, and, you know, kind of to see all the support of her and her family. It's really awesome.
Alana told me one of the lessons she still values from knowing Alexis is perspective of how you approach every day.
I miss playing with these people and like cherishing every moment, no matter what it is. If you're doing gassers at Lyft, like, yeah, that might be miserable, but like, you get to do that. You get to show up every day.
Bulls head coach Ken Erickson knew Alexis half of her life and knew she was a special person on and off the field.
She always wanted to come here, and she, you know, fulfilled that dream to get here. But when she got here, she made an impact as a person right away.
The Bulls will hang a permanent plaque in the dugout to honor Buckman. And even though she passed at 22, her legacy, described by Erickson as a class act, will forever be a part of USF's program.
You want to be like her. You know, I mean, that's one of those type of things that she did it classy.